possession of members. So how could any one of us have sent a commentary of a kind to the Secretariat? It's highly impossible. Well, we have not cited anything. How could any member comment on the activity report of the FA? So I think the platform will have to be given to members to pass their comment on the financial statement or any of the documents being presented.
But the financial statement was sent to members.
It was sent to members, but there is nowhere in the statute where we are supposed to write our commentary to the FA Secretary. If I could be enlightened on that, I would appreciate that very much.
Okay.
Please go on with your comment. But indeed, it is in the very document we pass here about how we conduct Congress.
No, I've not cited it anywhere.
Please go on. You can cite it, but it is there.
Mr. President, thanks a lot for the opportunity. I have looked at the financial statement, and to begin with, the balance sheet. I am of the opinion that so many items have been left out in terms of the valuation processes. Look at the property, plant, and equipment.
Pama, can you push the speaker up, please? The microphone.
Yeah. When you look at the balance sheet, property, plant, and equipment, it's worth about 5 million Ghana cedis, if I'm right. I just heard the president in the delivery of his speech that we have been able to acquire Ghanaman. And when you look at valuation of properties around Ghanaman, you conclude to the effect that Ghanaman alone is worth more than $2 million. Ghanaman alone is worth more than $2 million. When you look at our property at Osei, you draw to the same conclusion before you even get to the building itself. I have been saying this over the period that there will be the need for the revaluation of the assets of Ghana Football Association. It's very important, especially when you are dealing with bankers, when you are dealing with sponsors, any investor who is interested in the company or the entity Ghana Football will look at your balance sheet to draw to that conclusion. As it is, the assets have been conservatively stated, and it doesn't reflect the true situation Ghana Football. It doesn't reflect it in terms of our balance sheet. Mr. Auditor, you referred to the fact that you adhere to the 2019 Companies Act. It's far from that. I've gone through Companies Code. I've also looked at the Companies Act. There is nothing like accumulated fund in the Companies Act. There is nothing like accumulated fund in the Companies Act. What we have are surpluses. Surpluses for a company is what is guaranteed by our code or the 2019 Act. When you loosely describe Ghana Football to have accumulated fund, it simply means we are not keeping proper books of records at the FE. That is what it is in accounting or finance. That is when accumulated fund is prepared to ascertain the stated capital, the capital of a company. So as it is, you are presenting Ghana Football Association as a company that doesn't have reserves, that has accumulated fund, and the communique here is that we don't keep proper books of records at the FA. And I don't think that is the situation. If you can give me any authority in the court that will support your position to describe our capital as accumulated fund, I will be very, very much happy. What you can do as it pertains with FIFA is to describe it as what? Association's capital or members fund. You can describe it as members fund because this is a company limited by guarantee and we are not supposed to have any, let me say, stated capital. So the alternative description should have been association's capital. You can borrow this authority from FIFA. That is how FIFA presents its accounts. And we should conform with that. On the signing of the first page, I think the two executive council members signed, all right. But in terms of their position, they should have left out their position and signed as executive council members because that is the position of the president and the vice. I have never cited any balance sheet signed by a chief executive or somebody describing his position on the balance sheet. It's usually directors. The two directors of the company will sign without their positions. And I think this is how we should have also, the line that we should have also
All right.
to conform. I'm not done. With the greatest respect. Unless,
Okay, you go on.
Unless you know exactly where I'm landing. Yeah. When you look at administrative expenses, consultancy has increased more than 10 times at the FA. I don't know whether the auditors pointed it out or raised it as part of their management report to the executive council, because I don't understand how, I mean, what is happening at the FA that consultancy will increase from 140 something thousand to 1.4 million Ghana cedis. What at all is being done at what? At they have legal fees. It's not cash. They have legal fees. So don't bring in cash. If an expenditure increases astronomically, it raises red flag. And I would have liked to find out what exactly is happening at the FA, that we have a lot of consultants coming in when most of the consultancy services or services from experts, it comes from FIFA or other organizations that we are in partnership with, like Gfa or any WAFU or any of them. But if I look at a balance sheet, the financial statement and consultancy fee has increased by that much. It's of great concern. When I also looked at the COVID support, 2020, there was no COVID support. 2021, we had COVID support. And the question that comes to mind is that how much did we realize from the COVID fund? Members have not been told anywhere in the respective financial statements that I've reviewed over the period, and I think the executives will have to let members in as to how much came from FIFA in relation to the COVID fund, what it has been utilized for, and whether it's inured to the benefit of members or not. This one, I think the Executive Council we'll have to also account to members on their COVID support, because a whole lot of things are hanging that I find it difficult to understand. I have also chanced upon the accounts receivables. And of particular interest to me is club indebtedness to the FA. There seems to be selective justice in this regard. Some clubs are being pursued vigorously by the FA Secretariat in relation to the accounts receivables from clubs. Others are also having a field day. Why do we have different sets of rules? The auditors might have drawn to the wrong conclusion as to whether these clubs owed the FA or not. Because that amount there is something in dispute. It's something in dispute. Because when you have a club that owes over a period, or a member that owes over a period of about 2 seasons or 3 seasons, then there is a question mark somewhere. And that must also be investigated by the auditors as to why particular debts are outstanding over a given period of time. If you do your aging schedule, you realize that some may even go for the period of about 7 years or 8 years, sitting on the books. Then there is a question mark somewhere that must be answered by the auditors. So these are my concerns.
Okay. Thank you very much.